guys, Hannah here. Are you ready for your upper body blast? And blast that body we are going to do. So I'm using 5-pound weights, and also I have a set of 3s as well in case it gets really ugly and I need to drop down, which may happen. As always guys, use what you have in your house. If you want to go a little bit heavier, great. If you want to go lighter, fabulous. If you have no weights at all and you're using body weight, absolutely great. Now, we're going to go ahead and get started. We're going to scooch back to the end of our mat, and we're going to have nice wide knees about shoulder distance apart. Let's scooch that bum back and reach the arms forward. So we're in this child's pose position. I know, it starts off nice. From here, we come up so our shoulders come over our wrists and come into a push-up, coming all the way back and send ourselves back. So we're inhaling as our shoulders come over our wrists, we come onto our knees. We exhale as we push out of that push-up and send our bum back. Good. We have 4 more for me. Good. And pushing back. Good. And 3. Keeping our head on neutral. So we're not dangling that head down. The neck is an elongation of that spine. Good. And last one for me. As we come down and back. Good. Take a second here for me. And then let's roll all the way up. Good. From here, we're coming into our plank position. So our elbows are underneath of our shoulders for me. Forearms onto the floor. We can come onto our knees or we can come onto the toes. Let's come onto our left hand and our right hand and come down onto our right elbow and our left elbow. We come up onto our right hand and our left hand come down onto our left elbow and our right. So we're going to carry on with this. Now guys, if this is too much for you and you want to stay in that plank position just like so, that's fabulous as well. Good, we have 1 more for me. And hold in this plank position. Let's rock forward and back and forward and back. And we create this soaring motion by lifting our heels and pushing our heels to the wall behind us. And 3, our bum and our back stays in line. 2 and 1, and drop down to those knees. Go ahead, come all the way up into that kneeling position. Now at this point, guys, I'm going to stay down on my knees just to keep looking at you. If you want to come up to a standing position, feel free to do so. So we're going to bring those 5s into hand, or I am, you use what you have. And we're going to start with our palms facing towards you, arms relaxed down by our side. Taking a deep breath in, exhale as we reach our arms up and over the head, palms still facing. And come all the way back down with control. And again, we have 4. And lowering down with control, good. And 3, making sure as our arms come overhead, our shoulders don't. And 2 more, keep those ribs melted down into your torso. And 2 more, good. And 1 more for the road. And 1 more, and lower back down. Now go ahead. Roll our shoulders back, reaching our arms to the sides. We're going to come ahead and make 2 capital C shapes. All the way forward and circle them back. So we're coming forward into the top of that C, circling and curving round and come below. And we have 3, keeping the shoulders out of the ears. And 2 more, keep breathing for me. And 1 more for me. And lower down, beautiful. Let's roll those shoulders back. Bending the elbows, palms are facing towards you. Elbows are in line with our shoulders. We open up, squeeze between the blades, and bring them back together. As we open and close. Now, whilst we're doing this, make sure that we're not flaring those ribs at all. So it's really easy to kind of pop those flares, which we don't want. Good. We have 2 more. And 1 more for me. Good. Now, from here, I'm going to switch up to those 3 pounds for me because we've got some pulsing in our future. Bring our arms out into a T. Palms are facing forward for me. I want to close those arms together and open them back out. Good. We close them together and open them back up. Now, whilst we're doing this, we're making sure that all of the stress and tension stays out of our neck and we're not moving that torso back and forth. We have 2 more. And last one, let's stay out here. Let's pulse the palms back for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower everything down. Roll those shoulders back for me. Now, from here, start with our thumbs facing towards your chest. Elbows are high. We're bringing our right arm out to the side. Without moving the body, we're switching the weights. As we switch and switch. So you see how easy it would be just to have that body swerving and moving around. We want to lock that belly button into place to keep everything else still. Good. We have 8 and 7 and 6 and 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Both arms come out, circle forwards for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and reverse. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the arms down, roll those shoulders back. All right, we're going to go ahead and put them to one side. We're going to start from the top again. Back into our child's pose position. I know. Now, from here, go ahead and bring our shoulders over our wrists. Inhale to lower. Exhale as we push back for me. And again, we come forward. Inhale to lower. Exhale as we come back and reach back. Enjoy that stretch, guys. This second set, we want it a little bit more, don't we? Good. And again, 3 more for me. Don't forget to breathe, guys. Yes. And 2 more for me. Keep our shoulders away from our ears. And last one for me. Inhaling as we lower. Exhaling as we sit back. Enjoy that stretch. Good. Come into our plank position. Our elbows are directly under our shoulders, either from our knees or our toes, coming into our plank. We come up, up and down, down and up and down, down. Now the whole time we're doing this, we're really trying to make sure that we're not swaying too much from side to side. Last one. And lower, we hold in our plank position. Let's go forward and back. Now remember guys, if you need to come down onto your knees, please do. Good, and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1 and drop down to those knees. Beautiful. Come all the way up, roll our shoulders back, grab those weights. I'm coming back to those 5s. Arms are nice and long, palms are facing forward. Take a nice deep breath in. And as we exhale, reach the arms overhead, soft bend in the elbows, and lower down with control. Don't let gravity pull it down. And again, we have 5, and control back down. Good. And 4, no stress or tension anywhere. 3 more, making sure our ribs don't pop out as our arms come overhead. And 2 more. Yes, yes, yes. And last one. And lower back down. One of my new favorites, our C rotations. So we're coming up to the top curve of our C. We're reaching around the spine and curving underneath. We come up and around for 4. Good, nice and controlled. And 3. Breathing and controlled. And 2 more. Lock in that core. And last one for me. And lower back down. Relax our shoulders back and down. Go ahead, making an elbows in line with our shoulders, palms are facing towards you. We open up and we close. As we open and close. So our shoulders stay down, but our elbows stay in line with our shoulders. Good. And last 2, making sure our ribs don't flare. And last one, and lower the arms down. I'm going to switch up to my lighter weights, my 3-pound weights. And from here, let's go ahead and reach our arms out to the side. We're going to close the palms together and open up. Again, as we close, as our arms come back, our ribs don't come forward. Good. Belly button is lightly into the spine. Again, we can be standing doing this, guys. And 2 more. And last one, stay back, pulsing back for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax everything down, roll our shoulders back. Go ahead, thumbs are into our chest, elbows are high, shoulders are down. Right arm comes out to the side. Let's switch the arms whilst keeping our body completely still. So the torso remains unchanged. The only things that are moving is these arms. Good. And 5, 5, and 4, 4, and 3, 3, and 2, 2, and 1, 1. Arms come out to the side. We circle back for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and forward. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower down. Roll those shoulders back. So good, guys. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and finish off one last little exercise for me. And this really is the cherry on the top. So, as if we needed that, right? We're going to go ahead and come into a little combination of those first 3 exercises. We're starting back in our little rest pose position. We're coming into our push-up position. We're lowering down. We're lifting. We come onto our toes, if that's our variation. We come down onto our elbow, down onto our elbow, up, up, down, down. And then let's soar forward and back and forward and back. Let's do that again. Drop down to our knees. Send ourselves back in that rest position. We come forward into our push-up position. Come up out of our push-up, come onto our toes or our knees. We come down, down, up, up, and down, down. Stay here. We soar forward and back and forward and back. Send ourselves into that rest position for me. We've got one more for the road, guys. We come forward into our push-up position. Come out of our push-up. Find our plank for me, whether it's on our knees and our toes. We come down onto our elbows, up onto our hands, down onto our elbows. Stay here. We soar forward and back and forward and back. Come back through neutral. Drop down to our knees and send ourselves back. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and bring our right arm underneath of our left armpit. So we're getting a little bit of a shoulder stretch here. Goodness me, guys. Like I said, when I said it was an upper body blast, I delivered on my promise, did I not? Good. And reach back forward. And second side, reach our left arm underneath of our right armpit. If we can bring that left facial cheek to the floor, feel free to. And come out of that. And we're going to roll up for me. Pop that ponytail back in place. Roll the shoulders up to our ears. Squeeze back. Slide down on one more. Shoulders to our ears. Squeeze back. Slide down. And give yourself a massive round of applause. You guys did fabulously. I hope you enjoyed your upper body blast. I can't wait to hear the horrors of you doing it. And I will see you next time.